guys, this is Devin from CenturyFX Studios, back with another video. I'm out on location with Jen. She is going to be my beautiful model. She's going to be wearing an assortment of different outfits. But today we're going to be also testing the Neewer beauty dish. Now this beauty dish is going to have a lot of nice contrasty lighting situations. It's going to make Jen look very beautiful when we take pictures with the Canon 80D. I am also filming this with the Panasonic G7. And you're hearing the H4n audio recorder.
So my name is Jenny Guska. I'm from Raleigh, Durham area, North Carolina. I am a dancer, and I do some modeling on the side. So excited to get to work today.
We're gonna get right into the shoot right now.
Now, when we're talking about beauty dishes, we really have to know what a beauty dish is doing to the actual subject. Beauty dishes are not the usual light modifier. You usually see it in specialized situations like taking beauty shots of a model, Miss America, this, that, and the other. But when you're using it in the unique situation that I'm using it in, you have to understand what it's doing. So you guys understand how I'm reviewing this light modifier and you understand exactly what to look for. Now with a beauty dish, what you're actually looking for, unlike a softbox and an umbrella, you're looking for the shadows. Really, you have to understand the light modifier based off of the shadow play that you get, the transition from light to dark. So when you're looking at a beauty dish's image, you see a heavier shadow than you would a softbox or an umbrella that's spilling light everywhere. Now the softbox, it contains the light and puts it towards the subject. Now, if you take it off axis, you can get some similar looks to the beauty dish, but at the same time, the transition from light to dark is a lot bigger for the softbox than it is for the beauty dish. Now, the beauty dish has a harder to distinct, more contrast to your look. It uses themselves to a contrast to your outfit, contrast to your facial features. It uses itself to all of that kind of stuff, but you have to actually watch where you put that light when you're shining it onto your subject. You can use short loop lighting. That's easier for your model to do a lot of poses with, but you can also do a Rembrandt. It really brings out your Rembrandt lighting. You can also do split lighting really well with this, unlike the softbox where the light spills kind of a little bit more and it's diffused a little bit more and it gives you a softer gradual transition where you can't see the light pattern. This light modifier gives you all these contrasts to your, it looks very, very deliberate, I would say that. Now, usually it's used at about 4 feet away because it's not a big light modifier, which means it doesn't give you that big of light efficiency, but I have the Flashpoint 600 with the Bowens mount on it, so I pulled it back about 2 feet and I amped the power up a little bit more because you get a little bit more juice out of that light, and hopefully that'll give me my light effectiveness that I'm looking for. And I like the pictures, she liked the pictures, so you know, see what you guys think. Now another reason why I pull the light back with the light modifier is because I can actually cut through a little bit more with my telephoto lenses. I can cut past the model with my telephoto lenses a little bit more because, as you can see, I'm in a closed space, especially with a crop frame sensor. It's at least 100 millimeters full frame with any of these shots. So since I'm compressing my subject, I don't have to worry about the modifier getting in the shot. And it's only 22 inches, so you have to understand that it won't really get into your shot as much as a bigger beauty dish or a bigger softbox. So that's another up for a 22-inch Neewer beauty dish. You don't have to worry about it getting in your shot that much. Now, using it is very, very easy to use. It has a Bowens mount on it. Now, I just bought the Flashpoint 600 and I don't have to worry about buying a whole bunch of expensive new modifiers that just fit Bowens just to use my light at the effectiveness that I want to use my new model light at. It's very, very interesting to have Neewer as a brand because Neewer, it supplies you with decent quality things, but at the lower price, and I can get the effect of my light without having to buy all these new Bowens mount modifiers. So it really helps with buying light modifiers for our new Bowens mounted mono light. Now it also has Velcro on it, and this Velcro really helps because if you're outside and if you have a modifier on your stand, on your light, it's going to be like a wind sail. Now, most modifiers are parabolic and they have like some kind of shielding, like white paneling and stuff like that, and they just become wind sails. But with this having Velcro on the back of it, I can open the Velcro up just a little bit to let some air through the light modifier, so it doesn't pull my whole monolight down with my stand because it's windy outside. A lot of reasons why I got the Flashpoint is because I want to use high-speed sync outside, and now that I have a beauty dish that mounts directly on it, I don't have to worry about having high-speed sync issues outside with my light falling down because it has Velcro that opens up in the back and lets air through, so it doesn't become a wind sail. Also, it's made out of heavy metal. It's a pretty sturdy piece of equipment. I really can't get mad at it. I really can't get mad at the build quality of this thing, even though it's not as expensive as your Studio Pros or whatever big equipment that you get with your West Guides and all this other stuff. You really get a decent product for the price, and you don't really have to worry about a lot of things with it. It's very unique in its size, and it's very unique in its mounting system. So with this combination, it's really, really good. Now, here's where I kind of fall off with this. You have to put it together. You definitely have to put it together like a high quality light modifier, and this gets tedious and it gets tiring. As much as I use this light modifier, I hate putting it together. So I'd rather just have a bag or a box or something, a Pelican box or something to put it in to keep it from having to be reassembled all the time. Maybe I'll tighten the screws every once in a while, but it is getting tiring putting this thing together, especially if you're out in the field and it's hot. You don't want to be sitting there putting together things in the field. I try to keep it together as much as I possibly can, and if things get a little bit bent, I can just unbend it. Those metal spokes are very, very doable. But like I said, it has screws and spokes, so if you are carrying this around and you're not putting this, taking this back apart, and those screws will start to back themselves out, so you need to tighten them up. They're just 2 Phillips screws. And then also you want to understand about lighting shape with this. Since you only have a 22-inch surface area, you don't have a lot of light effectiveness for this beauty dish. So if it was maybe 44 inches of a beauty dish, it would be way more effective in its light quality. Now, I'm not talking about how much light you get out of it. I'm not talking about how dark the light is when it comes out of it. I'm talking about once it hits your subject, the actual light effectiveness. How effective is that beauty dish at being a beauty dish as a hybrid light source? All right, so here it is. It's the beauty dish. It's Neewer. It's 22 to 24 inches. You can see the spokes here, real nice and strong. You can see the plate here. You can see the screws on top of the plate. There's 2 of them, and then you have 4 screws down here. Well, I'm missing one. One got loose a while back, but nevertheless, it's still working. It's still working strong. Now, the Neewer beauty dish, it has a Bowens mount on the back. So this is what I mean by Bowens mount. When you have a Bowens adaptable umbrella or light, you can actually mount this directly onto it. You can just slide it and it clicks in like they were designed for each other. Unlike when you're using a speed light mounted adapter or anything like that, where it's flimsy and it might fall off, this, that, and the other. You might have all types of problems with those tri-bracket mounts and those speed light bracket mounts because they're usually made out of plastic. This one's made out of some kind of coated lighter metal, maybe aluminum or something like that, but it does the job, and it does the job well. I've never had a problem with it. It has never fallen on, or my monolight has never fallen on the actual modifier mount. I've never had a problem with the Bowens mount. If I were to advise anybody a mount, I would advise the Bowens mount for its ease of use. You can just really pick this thing up, you just slide it and click it on. That's literally all you have to do. You slide it and click it on. It's really that simple, and I never think about mounting a modifier or how to mount a modifier or worried about it falling off or doing any of that kind of nonsense like I was with the speed light mounts. That's pretty much it for this beauty dish here. It's great. I have no problems with it. I see no problems with it, especially outside. Now, this one has a unique size. It has a unique build, and it's cheap. And it works well outside. A lot of times I try to go outside with some kind of fancy softbox or enclosed softbox material, and it never works out. Anything like an umbrella never works out outside, especially at this time of year when the sun is out, it's nice and windy, it's tornado season. Anything can make your light or light stand fall over. In this beauty dish combination, it gives you the right type of light. It's a hard light, but not the hardest light you've ever seen. It's diffused, and it also complements the sun. So it just brings that kind of hard texture and heavy light, and it wraps it around your subject and fills them. It takes that same type of aggressiveness and fills them. It gives you a standout-ish look. Whereas, when you're out there in the sun and your eyes are squinty and you get the same quality of light, but the sun is making your eyes squint because it's so intense. You have a nice controlled setup here with this beauty dish, and you can get some nice contrasty sculpting looks with an atypical modifier. I'm done with CenturyFX Studios, guys. Thanks for watching the video. Jenny did an awesome job. I've been working with her all week. We've been working on different things like videos and things of that nature. But stay tuned. You're probably going to see her again in another video. I'm done with CenturyFX Studios once again. Thanks for watching.